This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
What is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tincup here with another episode of The Barf. William, I need a new intro, man.
You do need a new intro.
I need a new intro. I feel like I've been saying the same thing now for almost 60 episodes.
That's okay. It's okay. The consistency is a good thing. It doesn't necessarily work against you.
It is, but I feel like I need something. I need like the movie phone guy voice.
Yeah, you can do that. Is it better now? Is it better now? Is it better now? Is it better now?
What's going on, brother?
Not much. We got some good stories today, so why don't we just jump right into it? You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Ryan, Florida is letting companies make it harder for highly paid workers to swap jobs. Employer can have non-compete contracts for workers that last up to 4 years thanks to new state legislation. So these are enforceable. Most, non-competes, people are like, oh, my state law, whatever, it's too general, it's too this. No, they actually crafted it to where it is going to be enforceable. So this is Business Insider, so you go take a look at it. But what's fascinating about this is a hedge fund leader from Citadel. His name's Ken Griffin. He actually is he's a hedge fund guy, and he's the one that helped craft the legislation. So, which happens all the time, right? Business step in and help draft legislation. But it's interesting because they're trying to make it harder for employees to move, but also make it easier for employers to keep that talent. And I have a story later on that will be fascinating for you to listen to or get your response from as well. But so Florida, here's the deal. State legislation, 4 years. You and I think the same about these types of things where it's like, really, non-competes. Come on, you can't not let someone work in Florida.
4 years is a lot. I mean, come on.
4 years is a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think it's going to have to.
This is why I don't live in Florida.
I think this is going to make. They'll have to make it specific. You can't work for these 3 companies or something like that for 4 years. That would probably work. That would probably stand up.
But even so, I mean, keep your employees. Like, non-compete, I get it. Non-compete's a non-compete. But if you want to keep your employee, do better.
Yeah.
Like, why not put the onus on the employer to say, we're going to do really good. We're going to create a good experience. We're going to treat you really well. We're going to compensate you properly. We're going to get rid of bad managers so this type of stuff doesn't happen.
Right.
Rather than saying, well, you can work for us, but when you leave for 4 years, you're fucked.
I would like a buyout. Now that you're talking about it, I'd like it written into the employee agreement to where, the non-compete, totally understand, 4 years. However, it's $100,000. If I want to buy out of my non-compete, and you get the new company to pay the company the $100,000.
Yeah,
and then you don't have to go through and then you don't have to go through suing.
You're leasing employees at that point.
Aren't you always leasing?
You're leasing.
Aren't you always? Yeah, I got you. Oh, but aren't you always leasing employees?
Yeah, I mean, you're leasing a job, though, right?
Yeah.
Now, maybe over a certain threshold. Okay, you're making $350K a year as a salesperson. Got it. $350K, $400K as an R&D leader or something like that. Got it. Customer service, call center. Come on, like, I'm sure there's got to be a limit. Whatever.
Yeah, I know you love non-competes.
Yeah, I love them. All right. Goldman Sachs, they have officially hired Devin, which is an autonomous AI software engineer to start coding alongside their human developers. So this isn't a pilot. They legit hired an AI employee that coders now manage. So they brought Devin in. Devin's doing the coding. Employees, current developers are managing the developer, the AI developer, through its entire process, right? So things that we've been talking about for the last 12 months, they're actually doing now.
So the humans are managing the AI.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah,
they're managing the AI. I wonder when that switches.
It's probably now. It's probably happening now, and the employer's like, "Yeah, hey, whatever." Anyhow, so the
Devin's going to start giving out tasks here soon enough. Like, yeah, Jimmy, right, I need you to do this.
Yeah. So Goldman CIO Marco Argenti says that Devin is expected, based on what they're doing currently, to increase productivity by 3 to 4x over previous AI tools that they're currently using. So,
I wonder where they bought it from.
I don't know. I have no clue. I probably should have looked at that.
Well, they probably didn't disclose.
Yeah, but they do expect this to scale rapidly into the hundreds of thousands of use cases throughout organizations, right? So replacing roles that are somewhere between 150 and 180K per role. That's a big savings. That's a big difference, right? So this is officially hybrid workforce 101 happening right now.
We haven't talked about AI and financial services that much, but it seems like it is poised to take over pretty much everything there, like the trades and all that type of stuff. Like it just seems like, why would you have a human doing that stuff?
Yeah, and it's we go back and forth this all the time. I don't see a problem, and I don't see a problem with managing the AI, like adapt or die type of thing.
Right.
Now, if I'm in that situation, and we've seen it, AI has done a ton of stuff. People we work with has taken over their job, but we also know people who could be leveraging AI and leveraging a whole bunch of tools, and they're not because they want to do it themselves. They're the ones that are going to lose. It is just, unfortunately, the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So.
Life with ICE. Downtown San Francisco workers adapt to daily chaos, carrying their U.S. passports to work. Harrowing scenes outside the San Francisco Immigration Court stokes fears of racial profiling and sudden arrest. So this is the San Francisco Standard.com. It's a great news outlet. So the darkness in me that when I'm reading this article reminded me of a time in Germany where you had to carry your papers, whether or not you were German or Polish or Austrian, Jewish, whatever. You had to carry your papers all the time because at any given point you could get stopped and then asked for your papers. If you didn't have your papers, then that created a problem, etc. And these people are these people have to carry their papers. They feel like they have to carry their papers because at any given point they could get asked for their papers, their passports in this particular instance. And it's terrifying. I mean, when you think about it, it's like, okay, where does that go? Where does that continue to go? Like immigration, when first talked about, was let's get all the criminals and all the crazies and just like expunge those. But it's definitely broader than that now. 100 and, plus days into Trump's presidency, it's going after a lot of people. I actually know somebody that's been arrested to be deported. So it's like, okay, this is not just happening to the crazy and the criminals. This is happening
it's to a lot of people. Yeah, we had 14 people locally were picked up 2 weeks ago at a grocery store, I think it was. So, yeah. I mean, this is the new normal.
Yeah. So, all right, I got one for you. 7 of 11 AI superstars recently hired by Meta were poached from OpenAI. Mm-hmm. And this was on Clover, KLOVER.ai. Great story. And actually, one of the quotes that they have in the story is, at the heart of Meta's talent acquisition strategy is the direct, personal, and relentless involvement of CEO Mark Zuckerberg. In a departure from standard corporate recruitment protocols, Zuckerberg has positioned himself as the chief recruiting officer for the company's AI ambitions. His methods are highly unorthodox for the leader of a Fortune 500 company, reflecting a sense of urgency and belief that securing the right individuals to a task too critical to delegate.
I don't hate that.
I don't either. I
I
read
don't
that
hate
and I'm
that.
like, at first I'm like, okay, well, like, doesn't he have other CEO shit he needs to do? And then I thought, wait a minute.
This is the CEO shit he needs to do.
Ding.
And the money that they're putting out is absurd. But I did read these $100 million offers and all of this.
Right.
I did read, and I listened to a podcast the other day and read an article on this as well, where it actually makes sense for the value that they bring, the revenue that's being generated. It's not a lot of money in comparison to what is being generated from these groups of individuals. But $100 million offers, I mean, and not everyone's taking it either.
I know.
Right. So it's not just like a money grab.
Yeah. That's the insane part. But there's a task too critical to delegate. That's just fascinating to me.
Yeah.
But, 7-Eleven of their super kids came from OpenAI. I'm sure Sam Altman is not happy about that.
You're going to get that email like, hey, man, do we want a hands off here? Like, was it Bill Gates and Steve Jobs or whatever it was?
Yeah.
All right. So we've all been talking about this one for years, but more recently with job.com going bankrupt here in the States. Everyone's talking about it. I don't think this comes as a surprise to, at least not to me. I don't like to bash and all of that, but I really think this was a masterclass in like, what the fuck? Years ago, let's say years, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. Not even that long ago. Anyway, a few years back, I can remember, one of the co-founders anyhow, flexing online, doing their thing, right? Showing the house, the cars, the vacations, and all of this. Meanwhile, raising money and doing all of this stuff. And it was, I don't know whether it frustrated people. It frustrated me because I saw it and I follow this type of stuff. I just thought it was crazy. And it's just not something that you would see founders do often, at least publicly, right?
Right.
So to each their own. Anyhow, the list, the line of debtors are out, the creditors are out. You can go read all that on your own, but looks like it's 10 to 50 million or so in assets, but their liabilities 50 to 100 million. Pretty sad. We know people personally involved in a handful of in this mess. And there's a lot of money being lost by a lot of people here, unfortunately.
Well, I know three executives that have been in and through job.com. I think the thing for me is I went down and saw Aaron. This is probably 2016, maybe 17. So I was in Austin and basically making my way, did some meetings and went over to his place. And he had up on 3 different wipe-off boards the things that they were tackling. And at that time, it was a list of basically everything. And it's like I walked away from it thinking to myself, this is a solution searching or a problem searching for a solution. And it's trying to do too much. Job.com back in the day was a job board, a $20 million job board. So that you could just post your jobs and it was kind of like an aggregator, kind of like whatever. But it was a moneymaker. And it was a very simple play. There's like 3 people involved and it made plenty of revenue. What Aaron's vision and the other executives' vision was far deeper. And as the times went on, everything looked interesting. Because remember, they bought a bunch of staffing firms.
Bought a ton of staffing firms, yeah.
A ton of staffing firms. Okay, so you can roll some of that stuff out, maybe. But they changed with every time there was a new thing that came out in the market. It's like, yeah, we got to do that. And I think this will become a Harvard business case, Harvard Business Review business case at one point. You've got to zero in on what is the problem that you're really trying to fix and make it really small and go get great at it. And
I've always had issues. Let's say issue, a challenge, understanding what they do.
Yeah, no,
Um,
they had a challenge
yeah.
of describing.
I mean, it doesn't matter how it was explained to me. And I mean, we're pretty savvy in the space, right? I mean, like we
Savvy
get this
enough.
stuff. Yeah. And I had trouble understanding it. You know, I mean, I wish everybody well,
Yeah,
but you know, it was one of those things where I think the writing was on the wall, you know,
a long time ago.
7, 8 years ago. Yeah.
Long time ago.
And it
Did
just
you
never
look at
worked.
Aaron's LinkedIn post?
I did see the post. Yeah.
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 See, that's. I mean, again, I don't want to blame one person because he
No.
has a board.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's all other
No, no,
executives.
this is a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Good luck to everybody involved. Wish them all well.
I mean, the domain itself is worth money, so you can do something
Yeah.
with the domain.
JOB.
What I love about the Workforce Agility Limited series by Cornerstone was we talked to executives and customers all about skills. Cornerstone has a wonderful background in learning and development, training, etc. Their LMS is world class, but they've centered the business now, not just on that, like building upon that, but building upon how everything has moved to the skills economy. So check out the limited series called Workforce Agility, and you can get it wherever you get your podcast. And it's just a wonderful series where we talk to their executives on the shift of why, and also their customers that are using it. So check it out whenever you get a chance. Appreciate it.
Unveiling the secrets of Google employee compensation. A transparent insight. Google employees are willingly sharing details about their earnings throughout an internal salary spreadsheet. You heard that correct. So I found this on under30ceo.com. So this is a question for you, Ryan. How soon before one of two things happen? One, the spreadsheet gets shared with the Wall Street Journal, or two, people get butthurt.
I think both are going to happen if they haven't happened already. I mean, I've never been. You and I think we differ on this opinion. In a corporate setting, I don't want people to know what I'm earning versus not, or what they're earning versus not. Like that's your own private. It's politics, right? That's your own thing. And just because I've negotiated more or I've earned more because I felt like I produced more or less, either way, that's a me thing versus a you thing. I don't think everyone is equal in
How do
that.
you fix pay equity issues in that environment?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You're not supposed to.
Actually, what you just said is, I don't care.
I don't care. No, I do care. No, I do care.
I'll remind you that you have 3 girls.
I think, this is where I think, and it's difficult because I don't think we can all trust executives in this situation, right?
100% untrustworthy.
Yeah. But I'm not comfortable with my stuff being out there. And I could be down here and someone could be up here. Like, that's just, if I'm here and it's good for me, it's good for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that's not a strong argument. I know that's not a strong argument.
No, you're a private person, but you're that way with a lot of things in your life. You're a private person. So I think
politics and salary.
I think again, all that, yeah. Coldplay. I think the thing is if the goal is to ever kind of get balance around pay equity, it has to be transparent. I mean, there's just no way around it because everyone hides. The compensation team knows where the pay inequity or equity issues are, but other than that, no one else knows. And it sounds great. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm here and I'm happy. That's great. You would care if every one of your peers was making double what you make.
Well, yeah, and this is where I think where government and public jobs do really well.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Everything's
teachers,
out in the public.
same idea. Like, you know what they make. Police officers, you know what they make. You know, they've been there for 5 years. They make this. They do this. They make this. Because it's never been that way in the private sector.
Well, there's companies that do.
There's some, yeah. But that's that's going to be a massive change, like disruption to the fullest. Like something's got to be a better way. I don't know what the better way is.
Being a girl dad, this impacts your girls more than it impacts my boys. So at
I mean,
one
I
point,
don't even think about that though. I just think go out and get what you're worth. And
but you think it's a game, and this is the old recruiter in you. You think it's a game of negotiation. And it shouldn't be a game of negotiation because that's measuring your skills in negotiation, not your skills in the job. And that's how you get pay and equity.
well,
Because someone was more skilled in negotiation rather than less skilled in negotiation, but they have the exact same job skills.
so yes and no.
Go ahead, bring it.
Yes, I 100% it should be based on skill and what you bring to the company. Yeah. But I don't know what the answer is to get us there, right?
Yeah.
A new company starting, different story, right? Oracle, I don't know if Oracle is going to say, here's 100,000 salaries and what everyone's making. Like,
Why?
I don't know, because I just don't see that happening. But if you're starting a company and you're starting it today, and you can be very transparent with that. And people that sign on are signing on knowing, well, this is what it is.
Let's move on to the next thing. The last thing I would say is you're giving large companies an out that they don't need.
I'm not giving it out. I just don't know how they would do it.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can come out and do that.
Why not?
The disruption would be too great. There's got to be there'll have to be some type of way to do that. Smarter than me, call Pete, somebody, I don't know.
I got you.
But I think the disruption would be too big. All right.
Fair enough.
Walmart is laying off or employees as part of a 2025 operational restructuring and aimed at streamlining and cutting costs. Now, this is, for whatever reason, has been making a lot of news recently. It was just on CNN. I saw it. It was in the Journal. We're talking 1,500. First off, 1,500 to 1,800 jobs. That's like a third of a quarter of what works in a fucking store.
To give people that's a $3.5 million employee firm.
Yeah, like this isn't even news. Why
is a bar tab? Well,
not even
where they can peg a publicly traded company, reduction in force.
Yeah,
and this is all just trying to get clicks, dude. I mean,
and here's the thing. I mean, look, it's now maybe it could be because of what they said. We're reshaping. We are getting rid of roles that we're floated in. They're very complex in layers of approvals, and they want to get rid of that. Totally fine. I think they should. That's how you get better. They're not getting rid of all of these people. They're offering them other jobs within the organization. Right. So you lose your job in corporate. Here's 5 other things. Which do you want to do? And it's not that they're saying you're gone. Now you can leave. Sure. I'm sure there's packages and stuff, but they're offering other opportunities to these people. And I really think it's just because they said they're a complex organization. They're looking to cut out all the middle ground and automate a lot of this.
At a point, layoffs became politicized. You know, like companies lay off every day. It's like this is not news. People, they have to go back through. It's just like any of our sports teams that we love. They're constantly going back through their roster. They're going to add some. They're going to delete some. They're going to look at their other team. They're going to do this. They're going to be doing that. That's the game.
Yeah, and I'm not dismissing 1,500 people, but it's 1,500 people out of a 3.5 million person company.
I'd go and look at their open jobs at Walmart to find out that there's probably 20,000 open jobs.
There's a ton,
across the entire organization.
Yeah, and these cuts they span corporate, tech, fulfillment, advertising, in-store
they're
support.
corporate.
Corporate. It's whatever.
Because you and I both love Samsung on some level or another. Thought this would be nice for us to talk about. Samsung unveils AI for digital healthcare services. This is techinasia.com. I like this because the phone is listening to us. Mm-hmm. It could schedule doctor appointments for us. Geolocation, it knows where we are or should be. Like if I'm in a Popeyes drive-thru line. It probably knows that about me. When combined with wearable devices, I think it can provide valuable insights into health.
I just had complete visions of like your Samsung watch saying, "Hey,
Hell yeah.
Dixie, get out of the KFC
Hey,
line."
dude, seriously. You're down 2 pounds.
We talked about this.
We talked about this. What are you doing? Get out of that line. Get out of that line. I actually think that that'd be cool. I mean, some people would probably think that, maybe that's a little bit too big brother. But it's like if you have goals and you've already kind of worked it out and you're not doing the bit like you're supposed to. I'm in a Brahms parking lot. Like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Unless you have a flat tire. You need to leave that premise quickly.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on the fitness app type thing, which is just really leveraging ChatGPT to do a bunch of shit. But it's where it falls short is it can't, ping me. It can't reach out to me yet. The new version, it will be able to, which comes out sometime in August, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
And that will allow for real-time connection. And so I could say, if I do this, message me back. If I don't check in with water, right, or hydration, hey, what's going on, dude? I haven't gotten your thing, haven't gotten your walk updates, things like that. So no, dude, I love all this and I'm excited. I can't wait. And I will probably be maybe the 15th person in line because I won't be
100%.
But 100%. I'll buy it when it's cheap.
I would too.
100%.
CRM was supposed to improve customer relationships. Instead, it's shorthand for can't resolve much. Which means you may have sunk a fortune into software that just bounces customer issues around but never actually solves them. On the ServiceNow AI platform, CRM stands for something better. With AI built into one platform, customers aren't mired in endless loops of automated indifference. They get what they need, when they need it. Bad CRM was then. This is ServiceNow.
I want to take a break real quick just to let you know about a new show we've just added to the network. Up Next at Work, hosted by Gene and Kata Keel of the Devin Group. Fantastic show. If you're looking for something that pushes the norm, pushes the boundaries, has some really spirited conversations, Google Up Next at Work, Gene and Kata Keel from the Devin Group.
All right. So this one, I just posted this on LinkedIn today or last night. TikTokers promote the construction trades to younger workers. I love this. This is legit. This is what we said back in 2007, like early recruiting blog.com days, social recruiting, web 2.0. Like this is what we meant. This is social recruiting, not going online. We used to have debates. Oh, you're going to be on the train on your phone? Yeah, when we had the Nextel or the fucking Nextels, Jesus Christ, the flip phones. And all. No, of course not. This is what we meant. Actual influencers who were construction, workers or HVAC employees or they're electricians, and they're just building an audience. But they're getting the younger generation, and me included, excited to do shit and to learn and actually make a career out of it. I watch boat videos all the time.
I think it's genius.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I watch boat videos all the time, welding and all this stuff. I paid a guy a lot of money to fucking weld. I'm like, I could learn how to weld. Not that I'm going to make a career out of it, but it'd be pretty cool to learn how to weld. And guess what? If I needed to, I'm pretty sure I can find the fabrication job doing something really cool and making some good money. All because I watched TikTok videos and it got me excited for it. So I love this. I think it's there. Real quick, I'll throw these couple stats at you. 900,000 creators are posting under the hashtag HVAC.
Oh, cool.
HVAC. Since they started tracking over, I think it was like the last 18 months or so, whatever it was. Anyhow, the HVAC program enrollments are up 29%, which is a 32% increase since 2020. And as they go through and where'd you hear and what did you do, it's always going back to, or often going back to, people they follow online. Interior decorators, Joanne and Chip, all of those types. That's a
positive use of social. You know, we typically report on some of the negative stuff, but it's like that's a great use of
Yeah.
highlighting where we need talent. And not everybody's going to be in AI. Not everyone's going to care about AI. And so it's like, okay, the trades.
Yeah, I don't know if you went through this with Henry as he was going through it with school, but with mine, Erin, she's like, she'll well, I don't need to go here. I already saw it. Well, you do the virtual tour? No. Guy on TikTok does tours and he shows you around campus. I'm like, whoa, like, hang on here. Hang on. This dude who you don't even know is walking you
Yeah.
through a university and
Well, that gets back to trust on some level. We used to trust. We used to trust the people on CNN or Fox or whatever you listen to.
Yeah.
And now there's less of that because all their viewership is going down.
Oh,
And
crazy
so,
now. Like, did you know CNN doesn't have a show over 1 million views per night? That's
That's shocking.
insane. Now, Fox News is like 2.5 and 3 million. Like, they're significantly higher. But even the Late Show, I went looking since with the Stephen Colbert thing, they don't even have 1 million views. Like, they're 700,000, 500,000. Like, it's nothing.
You can bet right now at MGM, you can bet on whether or not Jon Stewart's going to quit tonight on TV.
Tonight?
Yeah, his show tonight. You can bet on it.
You know what? That show would be better without. I think he's out of it. He's run his course. I think he could last a little longer.
I don't think any of that's true. However, he started it and did it for 20 plus years and built it. And Steven was his guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the argument for people is that out of solidarity, he's just going to quit.
He ain't quitting.
I think he owns the show. I think Comedy Central, I don't think it's their show. So if he quits, he can take the show.
He ain't quitting.
Okay.
He ain't quitting.
We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. We're just going to go ahead and put a sticky note on that one.
Yeah, there we go. We'll see.
All right, I got one for you. 89% of restaurant operators in California say labor expenses are rising to an unsustainable level. That's a big number, Ryan, 89%. So this is on Yahoo Finance. So, of course, it got me to think of that scene in Pulp Fiction where it's like a $5 shake. It's like a $5 shake.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you got it. You got to read it. You got to see all of Quentin's movies, but that's a different issue. So they're discussing like a $5 shake. Oh my God. Like it's got to be incredible. This is in the 90s. So of course the pricing was that way, but we're looking at a $50 shake now. Like you're going to go somewhere and because of all of the cost that's going up on everything, that shake's going to be a $50 shake.
I would lose the most body fat I've ever lost if that shit happened. Because I am not paying $50. I don't want to pay fucking $13. What's the day? She's down at the beach and she goes, I just spent $15 on a hoagie. Why'd you do that? She's like, that's what they all cost. I'm like, don't eat. Why are you putting $15 on a hoagie? Jesus Christ, they're fucking $8. Get out of here.
So something has to give. Last part on this is something has to give. Either you're going to have less customers or you're going to have to lower price, like something. I don't know what it is, but something has to give. The thought that I did have was that we're going to end up with fewer restaurants, fewer choices, because at the level of cost, not everyone can afford to go out to dinner.
Yeah, I think it's going to pass. I think we're going to be okay.
Well, that's the first time you've been really really positive about something like that. So I'm a little caught off guard.
Dude,
with that.
I just gave you a story about TikTokers influencing our youth. Telling them not to go to college or Utes. Acquisition time.
You ready?
I'm ready.
WageStream, the market leader in workplace finance and well-being, has announced the acquisition of pensions technology. Zippen, Zippen. This is also Yahoo Finance. So I love this acquisition because if you're helping people with financial and wellness, owning a pension tech, especially in countries where there are pensions, like the UK, still a lot of pensions in the UK, helping them manage that as a part of managing their financial wellness. So great acquisition. Congratulations to them. and that's WageStream and Zippin.
There you go. I like the name Zippin. Ready.
Here's a leading software platform for accounting, admin, and banking for small businesses in Europe has acquired Dutch payroll software company Employees with 1E, marking its second acquisition in 25 and 8th to date. So that's PR Newswater. That you can go look up the whole story. So 8 acquisitions is a lot. And what it reminds me of is this is going to be a roll-up. They're going to go and acquire a lot of the pieces and then take it public. So sweet smell of a roll-up. So good for them. Good for everyone involved. 8 acquisitions today.
Agiris?
Huh?
Agiris. All right, we got some research. So,
all right, let's do it. What do you got?
I don't know where I find this shit. 4 in 10 new hires regret taking the job during onboarding. That doesn't really give them a lot of time to learn about the job, right? Like, I mean, 4 in 10. Think of that.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
I would want that to be 1 in 10 or 0 in 10 in onboarding.
Nice. 1 would be okay. It had a bad
onboarding.
Day. Yeah.
Good God, that's regret is what that is. That's just pure. I should have taken this job. This is bad.
Yeah.
Some of that could be the pass off, the baton pass from recruiting to HR.
Yeah. Well, so it was an interesting survey. I got this on the HR Digest. I couldn't find much about the method of the actual survey or how many people, all of that stuff. However, they focused on why new employees doubt their decision during onboarding, focusing on their early experience, emotional response preparedness. So, what it said was nearly 40% of all new hires second guess their decision.
God, buyer's remorse.
Yeah, that goes up to 50% among Gen Z. Basically, if onboarding isn't meaningful immediately, like the first day, you're losing your younger talent.
You're still recruiting the person. That's what people still fail to realize. You've recruited them. Fantastic. Good for you. You got the offer letter signed. You're still recruiting them for another year.
At least to get to the next fucking day. Yeah. I mean, so more than half of the participants said that onboarding is primarily administrative. So forms, policies, sign this, do that. Not
all that shit should be pre-boarding. It should be sending that stuff after the offer letter.
Yeah, not about the actual job itself, and that's where they get lost. So 41% Gen Z want more real interaction.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, 18% of boomers say they want more interaction.
Well, that's because they've done it a number of times.
They don't
care about the communication.
Yeah. So anyhow, Gen Z wants more RTO than not in the process.
That doesn't surprise me because they're young and they've never worked in an office.
That's right.
So that doesn't surprise me. I think we'll continue to see that with younger generations. They want to go and be in offices, which leads us to my study, if you'd like to. 9 in 10 managers say that Gen Z lacks basic workplace etiquette. ResumeTemplates.com, they did a study. So I just want you to ease back and just close your eyes and listen. Do you believe this is a parenting thing, a school thing, a generational thing, or a redefinition of the word etiquette?
You're going to say it's a redefinition of the word etiquette.
That is correct.
I'm going to say I think it's a mix of generational and redefining the word etiquette, because etiquette's different across generations.
100%.
It's very different.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean pull your phone out and text in an interview. So
I'm just saying, why? What? We're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to it. 9 in 10 is a big number.
And this is like the research day of, and given now, guys, we don't even know what the hell we're going to talk about.
Oh no,
like,
we don't allow each other.
And I do my own. But if I go into mine, 58% of Gen Z say their current job is a situationship, right? A situationship. What do we do? We in a situationship. We're talking about
Oh, I
practice.
so
A
love that.
short-term gig they never planned to stay in. I don't think this is a Gen Z thing. I think this is like an everybody thing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Gen Z has the balls to actually go through with it and back off. Whereas me coming out of school, going into work, the fear of God was in me. Don't leave your job. You
No.
need to stay there for 40 years. Like that's what was
At least don't leave your job until you have a new job.
Yeah, and that's better, not just because you didn't like your manager, right?
Right.
Those weren't acceptable excuses coming out for me. And now 58% of Gen Z describe their job as short term. The
Which
average
I get actually, because we call them gigs.
gigs.
And so like a gig isn't a 30 or 25-year thing.
No, and think about that. Like for the last, how long we've been saying gigs? I'm a gig worker now. Like it is ingrained in them. Like you're going into this job thinking it's a gig. Like it's just what it is. The average exit, so they stick around for about 1.8 years. And nearly half of Gen Z in their current roles plan to leave in the next 12 months.
That's a 3-year stint if you add both those together, right?
No, 1.8 years is the average time, but in their current job, within the next 12 months, they two separate numbers. They plan to leave. Yeah. So the stint's only 1.8 years.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on this number. 30% of those in Gen Z survey, so in the survey, admitted to ghosting a job with no notice, no explanation. They just didn't show up.
That could be defined as etiquette. Well, some of these things might be, but we might want to look at them as together rather than separate studies. But yeah, that's a high number. I mean, if we were hiring right now, if I were hiring and it was 1993, 30% would drive me into a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if I've gotten them already to a place where they've said yes. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. See you on Monday. And 30% of those people don't see me on Monday.
Yeah.
I'd have to change. Yeah. I'd have to change something up.
Yeah. And so at that point, it's almost personal.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Women and men are returning to offices at different rates. Right? According to a Wall Street Journal analysis of Labor Department data. So this is on the Wall Street Journal, but this is them looking at the data from the Labor Department. 29% of working men said they spend time working from home in 2024. Same time, women's work from home rate stayed steady at 36%. So that's a delta of about 7%. Economists note that women often bear the majority caregiving responsibilities, making flexible arrangements more desirable. Fair. Okay. I think that's maybe true, maybe not. All right. In my opinion, this will lead to more pay equity issues and men and women being promoted at the office, different rates, etc. So I'd like to see if we're going to do return to office. That's a big if for me. But if we are going to do return to office, then it should be at the same clip so that we don't create inequities. Because you and I have talked about, okay, if you're going to work in the office, they're going to treat you different. You're going to get paid different. And then all of a sudden you're going to get promoted different. And we've already got a 7% discrepancy right now, 2024. Mm-hmm. So what's your thoughts? What do you got?
I don't know. This is one of those things. It's like, it's, if you want to be in the office, go in the office. If the company wants you in the office, go in the office or get a new job, right?
Yep.
However, what you're asking with what you're talking about, the pay equity issue, because you're at home versus not, I do think that's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to solve that right now, but I agree. I think that's going to be an issue because it's just very different. You can get, I'm not arguing that you can't get your stuff done and be a great employee and all of that.
Right.
But there's a difference. There's
going to be a different treatment. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
there already is.
Well, there already is, but it's also, it is much harder to say no to somebody in person than it is to say no to somebody on the phone.
That's a you thing.
Especially if they're not on video. No, I'm saying like in the office, right? It's much harder it's much harder to make an impact virtually, right? I'm not in front of you. You don't see my presence. You don't feel me there. It's very different. I think, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I think we're gonna probably another 10 or 15 years where it all gets figured out. Time for funding.
Let's do it. That's you.
What do you got? Oh, I got one here. All right. Thinking Machine Labs. Check this one out. $2 billion seed round.
They should just not call that a seed round.
That's a seed round. No, it's definitely a seed round. It's definitely a seed round. $2 billion. So I spoke about this one back in March. At the time, they were targeting $1 billion. Got some overachievers here.
No, it's oversubscribed.
Yeah. So, all right. So Thinking Machine Labs, they're trying to build the most advanced AI brain and then share their tools with the world instead of locking them behind paywalls. So we've seen this model before. Think very, very different, but think WordPress. Right? Let's build the foundation of what a blog is, what a website is.
Interesting.
Right. And then we build this ecosystem. Then we build all these apps, and we have 40 million developers developing apps for this. And there we go. Now, very, very different. I get it.
That could work.
Yeah. But I think this is the same idea. Give away the core tech, then make money by selling pro versions, enterprise licensing, dev tools, cloud services, all that. They're going to make money somewhere. They're not, this ain't fucking charity for $2 billion in a
They're going to have to make that money somewhere. There's got a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. $2 billion. If investors want a typical exit, they're going to be looking at 15 to X.
It's not exiting. I don't know what the hell this guy's going to do.
It's probably IPO.
I did. I sent you the paperwork. I did drop $500 million in to the fund. Just so you know.
As you should. My one and only funding story today is from a company called Retirable, a retirement platform tailored for Americans.
Okay.
Isn't that awesome? Retirable has secured $10 million in Series A funding, not $2 billion. They're basically going to expand its reach and enhance its smart retirement planning tools. So fintech.global is where I found this. I love the name. And I'm down with anything that helps employees retire. Even if you don't want to, I'll never retire, but that's a me thing. Because I've seen in my family, retirement kill people. They just live shorter lives after they retire. So, and not looking outside of my family, just inside my own family. It's like, I'm not going to retire. I might work less.
That's going to keep you alive.
Yeah. Stay busy. Do something, go dancing. So anyhow, Retirable, congratulations, $10 million. Not a bad Series A, definitely not a $2 billion seed, but a really cool play.
Yeah. I kind of feel, they ever feel like the world just ran out of names and they just make up names, not Retirable?
Well, I think during the internet boom, you saw the most, Yahoo. What is a Yahoo? What is a Google?
Yahoo.
Yeah. That's about all you got out of that.
Terraform raises $20 million Series A. Now, you spoke about these guys back in March of 24. So over a year ago, they did a 3.6 million seed round. Though they just announced their 20 million A round. You liked them because they were focusing on startups. So I like this in that they're betting really on humans to close the deal with all their staffing stuff and all of that. So they essentially they're giving them the staffing people. Is that what we call them now? Staffing people?
Staffing people.
I call them staffing people. They give them AI-focused recruitment tools, and they let them do their thing. They're developing all their tools in-house. They've already got sourcing tools. They've got a CRM. They've got extensions, call transcriptions, candidate matching, call summaries. The list goes on and on and on.
Good for them.
An update on.
I like it when a company, because we've done this for a while. I like when we see a company get a seed, and then all of a sudden they get a Series A, and then all of a sudden either they get acquired or something else goes on. It's like, you know what? You've seen the life.
You feel like you raced them?
Well, they can't get 20. Yes, they can't get $20 million raise if they were not performing. That just doesn't happen, right? So the seed is sometimes that's just a roulette bet, and everyone's kind of putting some money out there on the board. But a $20 million investment, that's not a roulette bet at that point. They're doing some things that are successful.
Yeah,
good for them.
I like to follow them some more, and maybe we'll get them on and talk with them. I brought another one.
I like it.
It's a good name. Raised $27 million Series A to bring AI into industrial R&D. So most R&D teams are still running billion-dollar experiments using spreadsheets and outdated software. So I say that jokingly, but it's actually true.
Yep.
And I've spoken to a couple of people, and I know a couple of people that actually run experiments in labs, and they do this, and everything's run literally off of Google Sheets. And it's, they're multi-million, tens of $1 million experiments that they're running off of this. And now this is what Uncountable is fixing. They're killing spreadsheets in the lab. So they've been around for 9 years now.
Oh, that's
profitable, 90 employees, 120 plus enterprise clients. So they're not new. They've been around. The bigger goal is they want to own the entire workflow from product development, from the lab bench to the factory floor. Straight on.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's just good for them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Area that needed some innovation.
Yeah. It's kind of like the construction field and
right. Needed some innovations, getting some innovation. Good for them. Super happy.
That's all I got, man. I think that's all you have.
That's it, baby.
That flew by today.
I wouldn't say that, but no.
Was that boring? Jeez.
No. We had some good stories. No. We had some good stories in there.
We did.
That's the job.
Thank you all for listening. We are 3 weeks away from going to podcast movement. Is that 3 weeks?
That's about a month.
Yeah. About a month. So, whatever, a week away. So if for whatever reason you're not in Dallas, I will be there. He's always there. But you should come see us and say hi. So love us, like us everywhere. Thank you all for listening, and we shall see you next time.